So, the new Chaos Doors are showing off, and I got a few problems. I got some problems to take up with you.
Hat, though.
I'm not wearing
the wrong season.
Different hats or whatever. Yeah. My hair, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't look like the old ones. So you know.
They don't.
You're like, it's funny because like I see a lot of comments being like, "Oh, I'm out," because they don't look like the old ones or whatever, and I'm like, what old ones? The Forge World ones, the like 3rd edition Warhammer Fantasy Battle ones? Like, what are we talking about here?
Well, and it comes back to like it's the impossibility of pleasing. You know, so you have you because they would have just reboxed the old ones if you wanted that. No, but so the reveal, I mean, sounds like the whole internet was right. Everyone was like pretty staunch about it that this was happening.
Also, it sucks because it's Age of Sigmar, not Warhammer Fantasy. It sucks.
That is, yeah. I know you raised the point. They're like, it makes sense they would do the AOS. Because you're likely to capture AOS people and then Old World people taking them and putting them in Old World as well, which is true. The only slight problem is, to me at least, it appears, I know I'm a hater, that the new Chaos Dwarves are possibly too big and chunky to really use effect properly.
It was kind of hard to tell in the pictures.
But we'll have to see I was like, is a regular infantryman going a 30 by 30? Maybe. I don't know. It's a little bit big for a dwarf.
Chaos Dwarf.
Yeah,
he's on the juice. He's on the chaos juice or whatever.
Yeah,
apparently that fuels everything in the Chaos Dwarf army now. Is chaos juice, demon juice.
Oh yeah. But anyway, I guess the first little tidbit is it's great. It's good to see them back. Nice to see GW, put that investment in, and I think it'll do quite well, generally speaking.
I mean, all jokes aside, it's bonkers, and I'm going to buy it.
Yeah, it's great. It looks so good. Going to retire.
Wow. I don't know about playing a game with them, but
that's right. Yeah, they'll buy the army box.
They're gonna look really good.
You'll read the book and then you'll put it in
the display cabinet. Or
sure.
So,
anyway, looking at the lineup of minis, good lineup, and they kind of, I think you've got like your launch box and then some other units. Looks like they hit most things. You got your kind of.
I really like fundamental. Like, so they've done this before, kind of, but like I feel like they've really missed the ballpark with some of the early AOS releases and making them a little too thin off the bat.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think what I really love about this release is every kit, even the characters, are dual kits.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So they basically they're able to like basically double the number of units in the book right off the bat, just based on the number of kits they have. Mm-hmm. And they all look like pretty, well, other than the like spear or sword. I think that's probably the only one that's not drastically looking different, but.
Right.
All the other ones like look pretty different in terms of what you could build. So
your dual build artillery and the metal cow guy gets 2 builds. You got melee and
that guy's
cannons.
Killer looking, yeah.
I think they did. I think the king on metal Taurus or whatever also has multi build.
There's like a character and not a character.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. But yeah, it's. I don't know. I think it's all pretty great. Generally speaking, probably the most controversial model will be the king on metal Taurus. Mm-hmm. But I think that'll, like usual, that'll be sorted by the in-person test. When you see it in 3D in front of you, you might, I think some of the controversy is that it has a bit of toy-like look, or that the angular metal. I feel like everything for me personally, like the Howdah and up and the front of the Taurus looks super good and actually super nostalgic. They nailed that like super well. The rest of it, I think it'll look fine. I'm not really too concerned. But also like back to like you also got to like make it different. Like they're not just going to regurgitate an old thing. They're going to twist it a little. And so obviously the metal theme is very heavily. Reinforced with these guys.
Yeah.
Everything is like forged in like it's dwarven, I guess, but like angular metal shapes are everywhere. Like the armor style and
people forget too. Like there's a big drive with any of these new releases to like really create like really defined intellectual properties.
Yeah.
Whereas like Games Workshop's like past and history when they do these like generic sort of like, this is a dwarf that fell to chaos. These guys have like a distinct name, and they're way more technical. Like there's way more of a distinct look to each of them, and I think that a lot of that has to do with like creating like a really strong intellectual property for inevitably when people try to copy them, right, and do rekits. Like, that's a big concern now for them, right? Is about kind of getting that right, and to the point where like they're making like the Tauros set looks different this time and things like that, because I'm sure there's already like 17 Tauruses out there you can print or whatever that look like the old one or whatever.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's something we have to go through. Yeah. So what are your feelings that they made them AOS and not older?
Well, I mean, like for the reasons we talked about before, just like completely like, I actually don't even know if there is a PDF to use Chaos Dwarves right now in Old World.
Yeah,
I don't know that there is. I don't forgive me if I'm off about that, because that army hasn't been available for a while. So I could be wrong. That might not even be a thing. Maybe they'll just release one with these guys, just for people that want to do that. But yeah, I still think, as we've seen, it's easier to take. Like, you see more often customers that are more willing to take Age of Sigmar things and move them into. You don't see a lot of the other way going around, like where people buy the old models and bring them forward, right? So
not since Cathay.
I don't know that. Well, first of all, you wouldn't have been able to play Chaos Dwarves in AOS if they did it as an Old World army. So this way you can kind of win at both worlds, right? There will be some people that just want to collect a Chaos Dwarf army and put them on square bases because that's something they want. Maybe they'll play an old edition of Warhammer, whatever. But I think that was a no-brainer. And for GW, look, I know we've shown people the sales before, and they still don't believe us, like, because they'll be like, a lot of those AOS sales are for Old World.
Yeah, right.
But it is still their one of their two flagship products, right? It's still one. They're going to release. They're going to keep trying, and they're going to keep making it.
They are going to keep trying.
We're going to keep trying.
Yeah. It's even those things are so hard to like really measure, because the juggernaut that 40K is, it's just like you really start to look at like, oh, this is this, and it's like you can have like numbers that are relative to each other, and then you have this like line on the graph that's 40K, and it's just like dwarfs everything, and you're like, oh, do these other ones really like make a difference? To be honest, like, it's kind of crazy how that goes.
You're kind of like, I don't even know what the numbers would say, but I think it's probably not true. But like you're kind of wanting like all of your other products to add up to what 40K does in a year. If you're lucky, And it's like, maybe this year we'll do it because Horus Heresy had a big launch in the summer, and AOS is getting like all these great like box products. But then 40K slams back with this and Space Wolves and Death Corps.
I just find those discussions about the Team AOS, Team Old World, Team Heresy, Team Blood Bowl, all these guys were all like, no, I'm this, my game's this, and we should put more effort into my game. It's like, listen, no one cares, because you're not 40K, like, it doesn't matter. You could cut the rest of the lineup out, and the company would still make millions, like, it would still be just like, so. Yeah. That's quite a tangent, but anyway.
Like we needed to be reminded.
Yeah. But like I said, I think projecting for soon, I guess, if they're showing
next
it all.
Next couple months, probably.
I think it's going to do quite well. I'm sure they'll be very strong in the game. Probably.
I mean, they have rocket batteries.
They have rockets. And
I love how they're this army's going to shoot your face off.
Yeah. But it seems to strike a balance, because it seems like it has guys that will also punch you in the gut too, right?
Yeah.
So.
I'm thinking it's like and also all very appealing for me, because it looks like it's be fairly elite. Like probably not a ton of models. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. The only thing, your hobgrots or whatever they are.
The shittas or whatever. Yeah. Gotta have some hobgrots.
Yeah. I actually, their aesthetic is cute. They immediately thought of Warrior Goblins. It's like they took the Warrior Goblin and just AOS'd it a little bit.
They're nice. They're nice.
It's very cool.
Yeah, they'll be fun because they're like very clean. There's not a lot of stuff going on.
Actually, yeah.
They're actually for a GW modern model, they're very clean looking. Yeah. No, I think they knocked the aesthetic out of the park. I'm sure a lot of people will disagree with me, but I think they definitely delivered. They have that classic look, but they modernized it in a lot of ways, right? So and they checked all the boxes, right? You got your regular guys, you got your guns, you got your batteries. You got your big Taurus model, of course, and then you finally got some crazy Doom Bull model thing. Yeah. So I mean, we've been waiting for that for a really long time too.
And there's Bull Centaurs or whatever they are.
Yep.
Or they're
classic.
They hit everything they could think of. Yeah. That would. I guess we're kind of missing the artillery train type of thing, but there's always time for that. That could be in the future.
It's true. It's true.
And I guess the metal Doom Bull thing is kind of quasi. That could be that Kadai type.
Kadai destroyer type of unit. Yeah. Cool. What do you guys think of the Chaos Dwarves? Or what are they called? Something of Hashut or whatever. Hashut dudes.
Yeah.
Hell men of Hashut.
Yeah. Right.
Hell hat people.
Hats. Yeah.
What do you guys think? Do you like? Not like? More importantly, are you going to buy any?
Are you going to buy them?
That's obviously the biggest thing that matters, right?
Well,
let us know in the comments. We appreciate that. Check us out on our Lords of War hobby channel where we do little reviews and paint things and talk about that sort of stuff. And you can check out our Patreon too if you want to support us. Throw us a tip and maybe send us a message and chat a little bit. Thanks, guys.
Thanks. Bye.